Did you enjoy that intro? I don't use an intro. Let's get right into it. Now, you may have seen my other videos on an AM ARC radios and the power supply. Okay, if you want to build a really nice power supply, I'm going to show you real quick how I did it. I showed you in other ones, and I want to explain a little bit more. Okay, what I wanted, and I told you this before, is I wanted a power supply that I could just set on there and it'd be in. That's it. It's in. Okay? It's in. It's out. It's in. Now, what makes it possible? All right, now, do this a couple different ways. Here is a 3 miniature, or I should say sub-miniature banana jacks. And here's a matching connector that I have made. Okay? And it's made out of PVC plastic. Got 3 holes in it. And when you lay this out, all right, let's start off with, it's 1.5 inches across diameter plastic. Okay? Now, the circles, the 3 circles, or the 3 holes in the circle, are sitting in a 1/2 inch diameter circle. You can see the layout lines, hopefully. And then you want a vertical line through the hole, or through the piece, and that helps you line up your mounting holes, which are 256 threaded. And these holes are just slightly big enough, so this type of connector, which is a sub-miniature banana jack, this would be a socket, a banana jack socket, or jack. Okay, I don't know what you want to call it. And this is the company that makes them now, or sells them, Pomona, and it used to be IT&T at one point. And you can get these on eBay. See, this, they call it a banana jack miniature. Okay, and the thing that goes into it's also a banana jack, but that's how this is made. And the way I have it keyed up with the holes, that once it's mounted on the power supply, it's keyed. This can only go on one way. Okay, you can't put it this way. Okay, you know right away your wire's in the way. But that's how I did it. All right, now, so we covered this. Now this piece can be plexiglass, whatever you feel comfortable working in. It also could be made out of Bakelite, if you got any of that around. It's 1/4 inch thick, and like I said, it's a 1/2 inch circle that these are laid out on. That fits right on there, real nice. Okay, now you can see it coming out through the bottom here. And that, notice after you get it cut out, the two little 256 bolts that hold it in, and you want to leave them loose so this can move a tiny little bit. All right, and then everything, these 4 holes, they fit down on the shock mounts. That's why if you get one of these units that's missing the shock mounts, or the what would be the audio output transformer, or the BFO, there are several articles that show you to gut the radio. And I wish I could get rid of those articles, because they really ruined a lot of radios. And a lot of radios that come up for sale on eBay, all right, have been gutted. And they're worthless to me, so I don't bid on them. Now the next, I wanted to tell you why I use 2 transformers. I told you the last time. It's all for size and cost. You can get 2 of these transformers, and they're working back to back. On one of these, I have written down what it is. Okay, so the 24 volt, 1 amp has a center tap. The center tap to one side feeds this transformer backwards into it would be the output. You're feeding into the output, and then the 110 comes out of the back. Okay, so that's it. The reason I use two transformers at two different sizes is to give me room for this power supply. Full wave bridge. Full wave bridge. Here's the full wave bridge. Okay, here's a resistor and two capacitors. Your AC comes in, your 110 AC out of the transformer that's in backwards. The 110, 115, 120, whatever you want to call it. It comes into the full wave bridge. It gets turned into DC. It goes between ground and here. The first capacitor, which is 47 microfarads at 450 volts. Then it goes through the resistor, and the output goes to another capacitor, and that smooths it out. This is I think it's called a pi type, but this is how I did it. See, I thought this well out. I wanted a small supply that I could just set on the back of the radio, and it plugs right in. Okay, and that's how I did it. All right. Now a lot of you, well, I need diagrams. I'm not doing this to help you. I'm doing this, and I also use a slide switch. I'm doing this to help the people that actually build stuff. I could answer questions till the cows come home, which actually is later than the cows come home. And people don't build anything anymore. They just talk. You know, they text. They ask you a lot of questions. Well, could I use this instead of that? And I still get them. They find my private email address and they email me because they don't want the rest of you guys to see the stupid questions. These people are not going to build anything. It took me many years to realize who the bullshitters are. And believe me, bullshitters always have an answer. They don't have to think about anything. They shoot from the hip and they just dare you to say that they're wrong so they can argue with you. That's their whole game. All right. I'm on my third power supply. This one here originally, if you notice, I actually built the connector. This is brass tubing, press fitted into the PVC. All right. And I added holes. People made comments. The video's not there anymore, but they made comments. Oh, you're going to have a heat buildup problem. No, it didn't happen. Okay. That's what it is. They shoot from the hip. They make stuff up. And you can see that in the country now. Okay. The country's in real trouble. For two reasons. We got a virus that's going around. It's killing people. Still killing people. And a lot of people don't realize the reason you don't want too many people to get it is the hospitals get overwhelmed. We had one guy in the neighborhood, it's a hoax, blah, 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 and then he needed a pacemaker. And they couldn't give him a pacemaker because the hospital was overwhelmed with coronavirus. And then he got the pacemaker, and a few months later, whatever it was, he got the virus. And he's already got his shots. He's talking different now. He learned his lesson. They made that virus political. There's a few guys on the internet that I had a lot of respect for, but even they're passing it around, that it's the government trying to infringe on you and push you around. Yeah, the government got into the business of trying to protect you from yourself. And the litigation with the lawyers, and that's why when I'm going in a store, and if an old person asks me to help this, I don't get involved. I don't have the money to pay for the litigation if something goes wrong. You know, if I'm helping them and they fall over, I've changed my whole outlook on everything because it's become a country of everybody wants to sue everybody. Everybody's second guess. It's just messed up. But I just want to show you, if you really want to make a really nice power supply, and of course, you know, this was my first attempt on making a cover. And you could paint it and put screws on it, whatever. But in other words, I couldn't find a bud box, as we used to call them in the old days, or a tight fit, that would fit this nice. Okay? Now, I can give you the dimensions of this. That might help you. And you want to stay a little bit back from here for your screws. Okay? Because you got screws or bolts that hold the transformer in. You don't want this right up against. So I really thought this out. Now, are you ready for this? Let's find my ruler. Here's my ruler. All right, now, the size are 3 1/4, okay? 3 1/4, and then this guy here is 2 3/4, okay? And that's where the bends are. And I bought the Harbor Freight brake just so I could make custom boxes, okay? For many years, I worked without tools that other people have. I don't have all the test equipment they have. I know how to use like a DX390 to see if an oscillator is operating. I use a receiver a lot of times just because I don't have a frequency counter handy. I have to go in the other room and bring it out. And I don't have a giant bench where I could mount all this equipment. And, you know, I don't want to pick on some of those other guys on the internet, but they put a lot of money into each one of their videos with editing and all that, and they're monetized. And I didn't understand what the one guy, I had a guy threaten me, and I took my videos down. I didn't understand what the guy was talking about, but now I understand. At some point, YouTube would let you look at certain videos without any ads. Once you're into the video, that was it. But they changed it, and my videos were long. I tried to explain stuff to people, and at some point, they didn't monetize me. They put ads in my videos. And I had some guy go freaking crazy, you know, threatening me and stuff. I'm like, what? Why is this guy? And I didn't understand. You know, I don't follow YouTube that much. The technical side of it, I know how to make a video. I know how to upload it. I don't ever edit my videos. I just shoot them straight. You know, but I just wanted to show you that again. Maybe there's one person out there that's actually going to build a power supply that fits on the back nice. And you can even do a better job than I did, because probably you got more tools than I do. If it wasn't for the Harbor Freight bending thing, bending jig, I would have had to bend this with a block of wood or something like that. But, you know, it's like, why didn't you use one transformer? I'll say it again. 2 separate transformers. They're back to back. And they're 2 different values. And it leaves me the room to put in that power supply. Or the full wave bridge, 2 caps, and it all fits nice. I wanted it to fit in that space. And I could, on the next one, I can trim the transformer tabs down and lower this side. So but it's good enough the way it is. You know, like I said, if you want to make one and you want to make it better. But these are, what do they call them? Banana Jacks miniature. Okay? And I have black ones. I bought blue ones, but the yellow ones are stuck in the pipeline somewhere. I ordered the transformer for supply number 3 ahead of everything else. And the jacks got here, the capacitors got here, let me think what else got here, and a couple other things. And the transformer is still chugging along in the post office system. And sometimes you get next day delivery or 2-day delivery, and sometimes you don't, for the same amount of money. I thought that these were all the same guy, but they came different days. And like I said, the yellow ones are still chugging along. But, you know, color coding them is just for me. You know, if they were all black, it doesn't matter, because you can only put this on one way. Cool, huh? I don't have my glasses on. Cool. All right, I think that's it. All right, that's it.